Hello and welcome to the Sunday Driver second series here on Alsatian Production. No, I didn't get this confused with the Grand Prix Edmonds long play. Today we're doing a 4-lap touring car race around the Solitude circuit in Germany. Alright, let's get down for practice. Alright, let me get the little Cortina set up. There we go. Alright, here we are. Pull out onto the track. Alright, let's get a feel for this. So Solitude was one of the classic German venues of the 1950s and 60s. I believe it actually stretched back to being used in the 1930s as well. The circuit held a couple non-championship F1 races from, I believe, 1960 or 61 until its eventual closure in 65. The circuit was replaced by Hockenheim, pretty much. I would say it combines all the best parts of Hockenheim with all the best parts of the Nürburgring, and you get Solitude. It's one of the nicest tracks to drive, and one of the few tracks that was actually won all of the Grand Prix records. This section always reminds me of a road I wound up driving through in the Greenland Valley here in Delaware. Yeah, I don't know why the trees do that in the background. They definitely don't do it on the actual road, and they also don't do it on the road I'm driving through in the Greenland Valley, because that would be tricky. Coming downhill. Yeah. See, the proper way to drive a Lotus Cortina is four-wheel drift this thing the entire way. A Cortina's natural habitat is sideways, with the inside front wheel cocked up and leaning perfectly on its diagonal rear. Now this is the part of the road that does remind me of the Greenland Valley, because as I come along this way, I can never remember where the braking point is. But, well, never a problem when I'm doing 30. It is a problem when I'm doing 120 miles an hour. Usually I'm working through the Marshall here on the right-hand side of where I'm left-hand side of where I'm open. Bridge. And actually, Keenan brings the car down to the hotel here. Sliding the car around the corner. I just thought this would be a nice place to have an international touring car race as I go wide off the road, allowing the E-Bar to get ahead of me. Yeah, not really a big deal. We're just out for some fun. And that's really what the second series is all about. If you liked what you saw in the... if you liked what you saw in the first race of the second series we had, 4 cars at Harrow, I was doing pretty well until I don't know what happened to they disqualified me. I really don't. I don't think I caught that game. Who knows? But I wanted to get a little bit more practice in with the Cortina. Unfortunately, I didn't think they have a Sandown 66. I thought I had downloaded the right one. I'll take a look and see which one it is. I didn't really want to run a modern layout of Sandown on the same weekend as we're going to run the Sandown Aspen race. But I thought getting a little bit more practice with the Cortina before Sebring seemed like the best idea at the time. You might actually get to see 2 races this week. in the second series, because I also do have to get the GT40 ready for Daytona. God, does it sound like I am like way richer than I actually am? Yes, I'm racing the GT40 at Daytona this week. And yeah, in a couple weeks I'm racing the Cortina Sebring alongside the GT40. So yeah, you'll probably see a couple different things this week. Definitely we're doing this little car racing software. And then, I don't know, we'll probably do a sports car race. I haven't decided where yet. Maybe I'll make up for one car missing that in the Tasman cars with a little sports car race there. I think that would probably be fun. But we'll see. We'll come up with something after that. That's part of the Anything Goes second series here on our social production. It really is anything goes. Now, the Alfa Romeo GTAs are way more powerful than the Cortinas, it feels like. I never really know if that's true, but I was doing an hour 20 car race at Zandvoort. Again, just getting a little bit of practice in. And while I was able to really kind of hunt down the Falcons, which I don't think we'll be able to do here at Solitude, just to be straight, the GTAs just kind of had me a nick. And in reality, that's kind of what happened. The Cortina was really good in touring car racing in like 1964 and 65. But when the GTAs came on in 66, it changed touring car racing. I mean, even the later Escort at the 80s were having a little bit of a hard time trying to keep up with the GTAs. I mean, when your GTA can keep up with the Springs, you know, and then the later AMs, of course. I don't know if it's actually GTA AMP or GTA M. I haven't yet figured that one out. I just want to kind of see how fast I can go. I think I'll definitely need to maximize speed. There goes one of the Falcons, so I'll just collide with the wall. Cool. I think I have one of the fastest Cortinas. But compared to a GTA, that really doesn't mean a whole lot. One thing I am going to need to do is hit after this. Whoa! Oh boy. Man, he really wanted that position. I mean, it is only practice after all, yes. Personally, I just really like racing at Solitude. It's just kind of relaxing to drive these roads. And they use all the road and some of the grass to get through these corners.
That was a 456.87.
Kind of never have gone around this Cortina before. I really like how it looks. I think it looks pretty good. Alright, let's, so now that we know what the time looks like. Let's see, where am I? 32nd. Okay. So let's do the basic thing. We're gonna drop the downforce, which I don't have. I'm gonna do that. Alright. Let's get back to the monitor. Okay, we get 12 laps of qualifying. I very much doubt we'll need 12 laps of qualifying. Whoa! Okay. Gotta get the camera right, so let me, bring the car to a halt. Reset that. There we go. Ooh, that was trippy. I don't know. There probably is a faster way of getting around here than how I'm driving it. I can't really give you that answer. Personally, I just really like driving touring cars. Like, especially 60s touring cars. I don't know why, there's just a little bit of fun in hurling this car through the corners. Trippy. Nice purple. Alright, I'm gonna stick to this Falcon. No, I'm not. I'm gonna spin the car. I'm gonna stick to this Falcon, no? Ooh. Alright, I have damaged my Cortina. Oh, there we go. Alright, so here's actually what we're going to do. I'm just going to start the race from the back of the grid, because that seems fun. No, why not? I'll fill it up with 5 laps of gas. Oh boy. I'm surrounded by a bunch of bricks. Alright. Now the hunt is on. Ooh, whatever that thing is, that doesn't sound positive. As I get swarmed once again by tons and tons of awesome enemies. They're around the outside. Please. Oh god. Right, now that we've kind of come through the minis, like where the thing yeah. Okay, that was a bullet thing, so I've heard of this Cortina. That looks like bro, maybe it does have a drive. At least I kept it on all four wheels. Alright, I'm gonna try a little bit of a different one hang on. Okay, I'm gonna chuck the car off in the trees again. And just spin that back. I'd like to be able to set up probably in my class. Yeah,
Right, that was a 5:16.52.
the A-birds out-qualify all of us. I don't know about you. Yeah, I'm not the one of using all the birds to get violations. I'm sorry. It just is. Okay, we caught up with some GTA and some torpedoes. I think Alan Mobback is somewhere in that crowd up ahead. Like, we get around this Mini Cooper. A better idea. Yeah. I'm gonna give you a bump ahead of I think I was feeling in Okay, once again, GTAs and Fortunas trying to pull ahead of me. Man, it is really trippy when the sky does this. I don't know why it does this. I can't remember if this does it in Grand Prix Legend. Because I think this track is imported from Grand Prix Legend. There are a couple of tracks that have this kind of problem. I'll see a few of them in a few weeks when we go to the video. Wow, okay, this is absolutely insane. Oh god. Oh wow. Okay. Alright. Okay, so we got out of the lead. We're going to pull it off. I'm going to shove it better. Oh, that didn't end well, did it? I'm missing the taillight on the Cortina. I'm just gonna back that thing into the fence. It's touring car racing. This is what we did. Man, the GTA is just like a skate. Unbelievable. We're stuck at this California mini with those computers. This is, you know, kind of unreal. Yep, there's that knockback. Let's all back up again. One can hope. That's what happens when you try to block me. Get chucked off the road. I wonder why the cars really slow down in this part of the lap. for many, am I just taking a line for
That was a 500.98.
well, let's get in with our class. Right. Ooh. Alright, we've got a evolving menus. We're in the fight with the skaters and the GTAs. Alright, let's catch them. Oh boy. Okay, it's gonna be tricky again. Okay, who took the mushrooms? Oh, no. I got past you. That's because you can corner better than a Cortina. Doesn't mean you can get the position back. Actually, probably does, but... No. You can really see where I leaned all the wings. No. Woo! Save that, didn't I? Well, that's been our best run for that section. It's still not great, but it's kept us within shouting distance of the cars back. Yeah, still can't get around that corner. Oh, rubber. Alright, let's keep going. 28 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, I guess this will be a long one. Or maybe I'll film this in 2 parts and put it out on Sunday. I don't know yet. I think we might take the GT40 to another classic road circuit. Strangely enough, the one we won't be racing that has the street dog, possibly. Oh boy. You don't want me on the outside of me. Kept it clean through here too. Pretty good. We'll kiss the uncle on the outside. Okay, so consistent timing. Wasn't able to gain on anybody up here. Well, we are now. So let me do my best, you know, shove it down the inside. Yeah, sorry. I don't really care about. I've got a content of alphas to deal with. So I'm really going to give it all. Hanging just a little bit wide. What I'll probably do here is stick to the other side of the road. From the grass a little bit more. No, I got ahead of you. No, I'm gonna keep the position. I feel like I'm driving like I'm having a battle like Cornell Joe in the Trans Am series in 1970. Like, making my car as wide as possible. It's never going to be straight after this. It's just, you know, beaten and battered. Yeah, now, see, hilariously, in modern F1, that would be considered a 5-second penalty. In touring car racing in the 1960s, it's just considered racing. I'm getting ready for when he decides he's going to try. Yep, he's going to try to sneak it down the side. I knew he was going to try that. We'll cover him off here. Continue to cover him off here. Test the barriers. That's okay. They'll fix it back at the factory. We're at least getting a new factory. Alright, so because this episode's running a little bit long, I think you get two different. Nah, you know what? We're gonna make this a two-part kind of thing and film it that way. Yeah. So stay tuned for the GT40. We've got everything set up. So let me complete this race here at Solitude first. Have this running out too soon. Hang on. Just pull up this. No, you don't. GTA. I'm just going to drive into the side of this guy until he gets the message. Like, I'm wondering if I have AI aggression set too high. Oh, here we go. Here's the golden opportunity. I'm going to shove this thing down the inside on the grass if I have to. We got these passes done. Just content of GTA and now I'm not Lotus Cortina. I really want to beat him. Yeah! Come on. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I'm not going to beat the 4-time Masters winner, but I'm going to finish 15th here, beating Yakin Rings, which in itself is a prize. was a challenge. Well, 15th isn't too bad, so I'll take that. But I'm not going to do pull that right. Alright, so, hey, I got an achievement. 2,000 kilometers driven in a race, that's pretty good. Alright, let's see the end of this. Where was the Gordini? That's a little insane. Alright, what are the Cortinas? No, the GTAs are GTTC A1? Okay. And they are so much faster. Even though Moffat won the class by finishing 10th overall. God, we were a minute and 50... What was I? A minute and 21 seconds at the end behind, wow. Oh, man. A minute and 21 seconds behind the Falcons and the Mustangs. Alright. So I'm going to cut away here so I can set up for the next race. So stay tuned for just a second. Alright, we'll see you in a moment. Alright, hello and welcome to Longford in Tasmania for a little bit of a sports car GT race. We got 4 laps around here. Let's get the cars set up. We're racing a GT40. So let's take a look at it when we finish defilling the car up with gas. Now Longford was considered to be REM of the South Pacific due to its triangular shape, and it held races from 1953 until 1968, with the Tasman series starting here in 1964.
Real field is enabled.
Now, hilariously, the track was actually considered a possible home for the Bathurst 1000 touring car race in the early 1960s, but you'll see why in a second why that was not going to be the case and why Mount Panorama actually wound up working out better for it. Alright, so I'm in the 1964 REM 12 hours PC for this Ford GT40. Now I haven't driven this yet, and I need to get a little bit of practice in for Daytona. So I put together a pretty good field of cars. Just to keep it interesting. Now, some of them are not, once again, like the touring car races, no points will be kept for the World Sports Car Championship. Mainly because the field will have to be different a whole lot. And they're made up of cars from different years. I just can't really help that. So it's just a generic field. And basically, here's why the Bathurst 1000 was never going to work. The train line back there. Races would have to be built around the train schedule. Hilariously, in 1962 or 63, the Premier of Tasmania, basically the Prime Minister of Tasmania, came to see the South Pacific Trophy. I was really annoyed when one of the races had to be postponed to let a train go through, and he said he'd do something about the train schedule. But nothing really ever came of that, and having a 6-hour touring car race around here would have definitely really hurt the chances of being able to have it thanks to the train. As you can see, I've just nearly rolled the GT40. But we're coming up to the fastest part of the circuit. It's really cool to have a Porsche 906 on the outside of me. as we go down the flying mile. It could be Adam Hamilton, famed Porsche racer of Australian origin in the 1960s, who had a Porsche 906 with a target top, as well as a 904 with a Hillheim Spider body on it. I'm doing 166. Yeah, I'm basically doing the same speed as the Tasman car. Now, we got to Longford corner, and I totally missed the braking zone. I'm trying not to hit the Cortina or the Falcon on the outside there. This was actually a common thing to happen, hence why there's not a whole big barrier down there. So I'll wait for the DG40s to go through. Alright, that was a pretty cool seeing that accident happen. It just goes to show I'm not the only one who screwed this up. Coming past the pits, let's do a first flying lap. Alright, we're coming past Water Tower. And down to New Corner, and then we're heading down to Viaduct. Okay, that's a Porsche 904 GTS ahead of us. Can't tell if it's a 6 or an 8-cylinder one. Actually, there's also 4-cylinder ones. I picked a whole bunch of different ones just to mix it up a little bit. Has a bunch of different class kind of races. As you saw, Austin Healey 3000 is also there, so trying to get out of the grass paddock was pretty funny watching that happen. We're going to slide through Cub Corner where Lex Davidson, the famous Australian racing driver, crashed 2 years in a row and walked into the car afterwards. On the second one in 1962, I think his car actually broke, come to think of it. In the 1962 race, he just walked in and the bartender said same as last time. Those Aussies, crazy Aussies. Alright, we should probably start braking at like the 200-yard mark as we spin the board. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There you go. Woo! Coming over a long bridge here, this is a timber structure, and right before the 68 race, the final Tasman Series race ever to be held there, the bridge caught fire, and had to be put out. One of the biggest problems with Longford, really hilariously, is not that it's an unsafe circuit, 100% is an unsafe circuit, and not ever going to dispute that. The death of Rocky Tresice being one of the prime examples of it in 1965, as well as Tim Mayer in 1964. But what really actually killed it was the advent of sponsorship. The circuit always operated at a loss as we head back down the escape road. I'm going to spin the car around this way. Let's see what happens. The circuit always kind of operated at a loss despite drawing enormous crowds for the long weekend. And they couldn't put up advertising hoardings. Now I say that as I drive past the
Alright, that was a
but they couldn't put
303.93.
billboards up because of environmentalists claiming it would spoil the views and all this kind of stuff. Now the viaduct, which is this part right here, if you ever do get a chance to visit Longford, take that chance because the viaduct still might have the faded outline of a shell pad on the inside of it, one of the last remaining things of this place and what it actually means. Alright, let's try to get this with more Proudboy coming down into a corner. I do want to get around this Porsche again. Worst part is I have the legs on the straight, I just don't have the cornering speed. And you're probably saying to yourself, Jack, why did you choose a GT40? Well, hilariously, I chose a GT40 because it costs 1 credit. One of these Porsches costs about 160,000 credits. And considering I bought a lot of Cortinas and Lands for, to make this series happen, I don't have enough money really to buy one of these Porsches. Also, no, these actually might be like 500,000 credits, because the price BTOs in this game are like 1.4 million credits, which is hilarious because they are like $35 million cars now. And nobody would ever be crazy enough to race them except one time a year at Longford. Trust me, if I had a 250 GTO Ferrari, I'd just use it as a car. Things might happen to it, but, you know, okay. These things happen. I'm sure with my, you know, $3,500 Subaru, things might happen too. But alright. Wow. Man. Alright, we gotta start breaking. Man, we gotta start breaking, like, God. Like, halfway down the street.
Alright, that was a 2:45.51.
Alright. I'm gonna get around this corner. No, I'm not. I'm gonna have a big one. Oh no, into the swamp. Okay, I've totally taken the front end off the car. So, we're gonna... Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna skip and go to the 4-lap race.
Real field is enabled.
Now, I just want to run this race from the back of the grid, so we can really have some fun. That would get really spicy at the bottom of this hill. Ooh. Man, the 250 GPOs are like great line between the Camry and like I forgot to add Cobras and Daytona Coupes, which would have been exciting to see, but let's see what we can do with these kind of cars. Alright, the 906s are ahead of us. I think they were not 65 cars. I'll have to take a look. I think they had to have been 66. So I'll have to really come up with the feel for the 65 Daytona race. Because there aren't Ferrari P2s and 250Ps, in this pack. What I might just do is run P3s from 66 as the works Ferraris. As much as I would like to be, really pedantic about all this, at a certain point we do just have to say, okay. Ooh. I don't have reverse gear. Yep, I just put in the motor. Alright, well, that happened. Anyway, so stay tuned next week. We're going to the Daytona 2,000 kilometers most likely, if I can find a Daytona circuit in rFactor I like. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully the marshals will come and put the car out. I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this Sunday Driver 2nd series. My name, of course, is Jack Coburn. Please do like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to be notified about our next videos. And if you subscribe on one of our videos, leave a comment in the video, and I'll subscribe to you back. We're just going to try to do that now, see how that works out. Anyway, have a wonderful week, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
This has been a presentation of Alsatian Productions. Vroom!